Prayer changes things. When I really started getting into prayer and being specific, that's when things started to change for me. And I want them to change for you. God is ready to pour them on. Are you ready to let them be poured over you? Hey, you guys, welcome back to another week of Addicted to the Climb. I'm your host, Kelly Tyen. I'm so grateful that you're here today and that you chose to tune in because I know you have a lot of other things that you could be doing, but you chose to be here with me, and I am so feeling blessed. Thank you. Thank you. Well, if you haven't heard yet, I want to share with you before I jump into this amazing topic that my second book is out. The One Prayer. And if you haven't grabbed a copy yet, I'm encouraging you because it will change your life. This is a tool for you to use in your home to track miracles and prayer. And it's prayer for yourself, prayer for your family, prayer for people you see on the news. I mean, I was just watching a news segment the other day with my husband, and it was about a little boy, 3 years old. His name is Declan, and he has terminal cancer. And I was just torn apart. And right away, I grabbed my book because it's 52 weeks of journal at the end. And you can log in all the people that you want to pray for the week. So right away, I put Declan's name there, and it just reminds me to pray for him because we all need prayers, even for people that you don't know personally. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Prayer changes things. And let me just tell you something. If you don't know that yet, take me up on it after you listen to this quick episode. Because I know for me, when I first started praying, I would pray, Lord, bless my food, bless my family, kind of generic prayers. I don't know if you can relate to that. Do you pray, bless me, keep me safe, keep me healthy and strong, those kind of things, which is beautiful. But when I really started getting into prayer and being specific, that's when things started to change for me. And I want them to change for you. I want you to experience miracles. God is ready to pour them on. Are you ready to let them be poured over you? Well, we got to stop praying, and we have to know that prayer can change things. It all starts with our belief and our trust, because when I say prayer changes things, prayer can change your circumstances. Prayer can bring on healing supernaturally. I know for me, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a breast cancer survivor. And it was a very trying time in my life, to say the least. If you are going through cancer, if you know someone going through cancer, it's hard. It's rock bottom because your mind plays tricks on you. But prayer changed my circumstances. It changed my outlook. When I started praying, asking God to just heal me, take away the negative, fearful thoughts that were trying to come into my mind to tell me I'm not going to make it, or, oh my gosh, what if it travels in your body, Kelly, or does this and that, and all the things the devil was trying to tell me that were lies. I overpowered those lies. I overpowered those fear thoughts with faith and prayer. And that's the powerful power of prayer. And prayer can change things. Again, it can change your outlook, your circumstances. Prayer can bring you hope that you never thought you have, because that's what we're looking. Don't we all want to have some hope in our life? Of course you do. We all need to cling to hope, or else what is there to cling to? You get a diagnosis, something happens, something tragic happens in your life. What do we throw the towel in and quit and dig ourselves into a ditch and not come out? That's not what God wants. And that's not what this brand, Addicted to the Climb, is all about. You are here to hear an empowering message because I'm a living testament to the power of prayer. I've overcome breast cancer. I've overcome grief and death from my mother. And if I can do it, you can too. I had to sit with my dad. I'm an only child. I had to sit with my dad and just go through his rare blood cancer. And it was hard, but prayer helped me get through. It changed my outlook. It gave me the hope that I needed, the peace that only God can bring us in the midst of these circumstances. So if you're not praying, I'm just encouraging you to start. There's no formal way to pray. You can just ask God for what's on your heart. Talk to him. Lord, I need you. How about that? Lord, help me. I was doing a show this morning and one of the girls said, sometimes I'm just like, help me, Jesus. And that's it. If that's all you got, that's all he wants to hear. He just wants to hear from you so he can shift the atmosphere. Don't you want your atmosphere to be shifted into a positive, loving, and peaceful place? Of course you do. You want peace, and I know you do because we all do. Everybody wants more peace in their life, more joy. And the only way I know to get more peace, to bring in more joy, is to pray, is to go to God, talk to him, because he is the Prince of Peace. He is the joy that can only be found in him. He is the epitome of joy. And once you connect your spirit with his, you'll be infused with that joy and that peace. And it will exude from your pores. I promise you. I'm so passionate, and this is such a powerful, powerful message that prayer changes things. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't believe me, I want you to start praying a new prayer and just watch what happens. Don't give up on your prayers. I wrote the book, The One Prayer. It's not about praying one prayer one time. That's not how it goes. That's not the kind of relationship. Think about if you meet someone and you're trying to build a relationship with them and you call them once. That's it. Do you think that relationship is going to flourish? No. It's like you in your prayer life. You have to pray your one prayer until you get the clarity that you need, the answers. And listen, don't give God a timeline, okay? We cannot give God a timeline because that is not in our control. I mean, I wish it was. I wish I could tell him, okay, on February 21st, can you please turn the clock back? That's my birthday. But no, we can't do that. We have to trust in him because it's his timeline. And guess what, you guys? God's timeline is always on time. It's always on time. You like that? It really is. Because sometimes God won't open that door because he knows best. We don't. Sometimes he'll close a door. Sometimes he won't bring you the answer you thought you wanted for protection for you, to keep you safe. We don't know, but we can't question either. That's up to God. So listen, it's all about trusting him fully. One of my mentors taught me the acronym for trust, TRUST, total reliance upon spiritual timing, right? Think about that. If you're going to trust in God, if you're standing up and saying, I'm a believer, I'm going to believe big prayers and I'm going to have big, bold faith, then you also have to have big, bold trust. And that means you have to rely on his timing, not yours. Because I promise you, though, if you don't give up on your prayers, you will get an answer somehow, some way. I have lived it all. I have prayed prayers that I thought I needed, and God didn't want to give me those answers yet. But when I look back in hindsight, I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for not letting that prayer come true, because I know it wasn't meant for me. You had something bigger and better and greater for me. And he has that for you. I know he does. You're his child. He has no favorites. I'm not a favorite. I'm a regular girl over here out of the Boston area. And he loves us all unconditionally. He loves us all equally. Okay? Can you take that to heart today? And all you have to do is trust in Him. And I promise you, your life will take on a whole new meaning. It really will. Trust in God, praying your prayers over and over and over. Don't give up. Just because you don't see an answer, don't give up. Don't give up. And don't give up because prayer changes things. I know it. I've lived it. I believe it. And I believe it for you. So if you want to share a prayer with me, I would love for you to DM me. First of all, if you haven't shared my podcast, I would love you to share my podcast because this is the only way you can actually thank me and let me know that my message is resonating with you in some way, that I'm not just talking into the air. And it just means the world to me. It's how I can get my show out to more people and have more people feel empowered in their faith. So by you tagging or putting the show up on your social, clipping a picture, it just helps me get addicted to the climb out there. And it means the world to me. I so appreciate you. Without you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a podcast. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you really can resonate with the message of prayer, changing things, changing circumstances, changing outcomes. Let God do his job, you do yours. And that's just to pray, to trust, and to believe. I believe in you. I totally do. I know that we are the same in so many ways. We all go through so many of the similar things in life: grief, divorce, being fired, just tragic things that happen in our lives. But this is how we can come together, pray for each other. And I want you to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. So thanks for being here. Again, tag me if you love this episode, and I truly appreciate it. Make sure you check out the show notes if you need the link to my book, my second book that has become a top seller. I'm so thankful and grateful to him alone. All right, guys, until next week, keep on climbing.